Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be showing you how to cut a petal sleeve like what you're seeing on the screen. Do stay tuned to the end as I'll be showing you just how you're going to join the petals together. Let's get right to business. So we are going to be using a pattern paper to get the template for the petal sleeve. The sleeve is actually divided into two parts. The first part is the basic sleeve, which I have already drafted. The length I used here is 11 inches and I have added seam allowance of ½ inch round the sleeve pattern. Okay, so the other part of the sleeve is the petals, which we are going to be doing shortly. So first of all, I'll measure the elbow circumference without the seam allowance. So I'm going to go ahead to do just that. And what I got is 12.5 inches minus the seam allowance. Okay, my fabric is not much, so I'll be making my petals into just 2 layers, and each layer we have 3 sets of the same size. So I'm going to be dividing 12.5 inches into 3 for the first layer, and this measurement will also be used for the second layer. Okay, so 12.5 divided by 3 gives me approximately 4¼ all right, so now I'm going to fold the pattern sheet like so. Now the length of my sleeve depends on preference. It depends on your preference. You can make the length 3/4. You can make it a long sleeve. You can make it even longer than your regular long sleeve. Okay, it could come even more than your regular long sleeve length. So the model sleeve length that I'm using here is actually 23 inches, but I want to make it up to that because the fabric wouldn't be enough. So remember I earlier stated that the length of the upper part of the sleeve is 11 inches. So since it is 11 inches, I need to subtract, that 11 inches from the model's sleeve length. So what I'll do now is to place my tape on that 11 inches, which is the upper part of the sleeve, and I'm going to measure the sleeve length. So if I count it now, from 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what I have is 12 inches. Okay, however, I will be making the length at least 10 inches because I said my fabric wouldn't be enough. But if you want to make yours long sleeve, then you make it exactly what you're saying here, your length of your sleeve. Okay, so I will make the first layer to be 10 inches, second layer to be 10 inches, but the first layer I'm going to make it 6 inches. All right, for the first layer. So that's 6 inches. Now I will not just mark the exact 6 inches. Okay, I'm going to be adding ½ inch to it for seam allowance, make it 6½, after which I will square a straight line like so. All right, so remember I said earlier that the round sleeve was 12.5 inches, which I divided into three to get approximately 4¼ and you know that I've already placed this pattern, it's on fold, so that 4¼ I still have to divide that 4¼ okay, into 2. So when I divide it into 2, it's going to be 2 1/8. All right, so I'm not going to just mark exactly 2 1/8. I'll be adding ½ inch to it so that each petal can overlap each other. All right, so I'm adding the extra ½ inch for the overlap. You can use 3/4 if you like for the overlap, but I actually used 1/2 inch. So now measure the length here, which is 6.5, and you get the midpoint, which I marked as 3¼ and you square a line like so. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to make, this point here is 2 5/8 because I added 1/2 inch to 2 1/8. All right. So now this other part has to be wider than the previous part. So I'm going to make it 4 inches and I'll mark it like so. All right. Having done that now, I'll simply connect the points together. You can use your curve ruler to do just that. If you can use your hand to draw it, if you could manage it, then you're free to go ahead and use your hands. But if you can't manage it, then by all means, please use your curve ruler. So I'm trying to like place, it's kind of tricky, but I'm trying to position my ruler such a way that it would give me a pleasant shape. I don't really like how curved it is, so I'm going to reduce the curve at this point here, like so. Okay, I think I'm good to go now. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. I've done that now. Now, for the second petal, I said I'm making it 10½ inches, including my seam allowance. So measuring the remaining part of my paper here, I'll mark 10.5 inches. All right. So next is to get my midpoint, which is 5¼ and I mark it, and I'll square a line across. All right, so next we're going to use the same measurement at this top that we use for the smaller petal. It's the same measurement that you use for there that you use for this one as well. But for this other side, we can't use the same measurement because this is a bigger petal. So I'll be making this place 6 inches so that it's going to be noticeably bigger. And now I'll connect my points. I decided to use freehand to connect it, but if you cannot manage it, please use your curve ruler. Okay, now I'll cut it out. All right, so I've done that now. So you can see this is our bigger petal and this here is our smaller petal. So I'm going to cut it out on the fabric. Now for the upper sleeve, let me show it to you now. For the upper sleeve, I have already taken time to cut it in order to save our time. Okay, I've cut it out already, so I'm going to set it aside now. For the remnants of my fabric, I will be cutting out the petals. All right, so please take notes here. Remember, I divided the petals into 3 parts, so each layer will be having 3 parts. Okay, each layer will be having 3. So this means that each sleeve will comprise of 6 petals, making it a total of 12 petals altogether. So if there are any questions concerning this, please feel free to post it in the comment section and I'll respond as quickly as I can. And if it's your first time coming to my channel, thanks for stopping by. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like and hit the notification button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. All right, so I have cut 3 pieces each of these 2 sets of petals. So I'm going to go off camera to cut another set for the second sleeve. So guys, I have joined the seam allowance already, as you can see. Now I'm going to flip it to the front of the fabric. Okay. Then I'll turn the petal right side facing each other. And I'll flip it right side facing each other. Okay. So I'm going to pin it in place and then place the other one. The second petal, I'm placing it at least ½ inch on top of the previous one that I have placed, meaning I want it to overlap each other, and I'll pin it into place. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it to the, okay, I'm still pinning it down because I want to ensure that it is firm, and then I'll turn it and lay my last petal. Always ensure that each petal overlaps the other. And then you pin it. It's better you pin it so that you have less issues when stitching on the machine, okay? Okay, so I'm going to stitch it a 1/4 inch round, and I'll show you guys. So here guys, I'm stitching it a 1/4 inch around the sleeve. This is very easy to do, and I can't wait to see you do yours. Don't forget to tag me when you've done yours, okay? So, almost through. All right. Having done that, you can see our sleeve is already coming out. So I'm going to attach the bigger petal now. Okay, I will be attaching the bigger petal directly on this smaller petal, and I will try to follow the way it was arranged, the way the smaller one was arranged. I'll try to ensure that the bigger one is arranged in the same manner. Okay, that's the place that is overlapped. I'll make sure that the other set overlaps exactly the way the smaller one overlaps. So I'll pin it round. You can see that I'm checking to see the way the other one is overlapped, and I'm pinning it exactly like so. So just try to use your discretion, let your creativity be unleashed. All right, so this is the last one, and I'm good to go. So this time around, I'm going to be stitching it 1/2 inch. You know, the previous one I stitched 1/4 inch, but this time around I'll be stitching 1/2 inch. Yeah, so turning it to the front for you to see how it looks. You can see it's neatly arranged. You can see it. So in shortly, I'm going to show you how it looks. You can see how it looks. It is in fact, I'm short of words, absolutely gorgeous. So do give it a try and tell me how it went. In my next video, I will show you more. Bye.